Hi everyone, I'm making videos on this channel again because I finally have a card game that I want to share with you guys. It's called Camp Monster, and it's a 2-player card game that I'll be releasing on the Game Crafter, where you play as a camper, collecting creatures and items to battle other campers on the site. Think of it kind of like Animal Crossing mixed with Pokemon. The camp itself is split into 5 different areas, each with unique monsters and items that you can collect and put into your deck. There are the canyons, the woods, the caves, the peaks, and the lakes, with each area having an area card and their own different playstyles. Monster cards are going to be what make up the bulk of your deck, and are what you use to attack your opponent and defend your own campsite. So if we look at the goblin here, you can see that every monster has a name, a cost, a power score, the area it's from, and its classification, with some monsters having special skills as well. The goblin costs 2 to play, has a power of 2, and is a beast type from the canyons area. Item cards work in a similar way to monsters, except that they don't have a power score, so they can't attack or defend, instead having powerful skills that either help you or hurt your opponent when you play them. So here's the lightning rod as an example. In order to actually win a game of Camp Monster, you need to steal 7 flags from your opponent's campsite before they can do the same to you, using the deck that you've built to defend your camp and attack the enemy. Your deck is going to be made of 40 cards, with a maximum of 3 copies of the same card. Once you've built your deck, you choose a starting area, and then set that area card in the campsite zone on your board. The player going first draws 3 cards, with the player going second drawing 4, and then the game begins. At the start of your turn, you look at the top 2 cards of your deck. So you're going to choose one of these to draw and add to your hand, and the other card will go into your campsite alongside your area. Cards in your campsite zone can be rested to pay for the costs of your other cards, with at least one card matching the area of the card that you're playing. So for example, to play the goblin from earlier, you'd need to pay 2, with at least one of that being from a canyons card. One thing to remember is that your area card can also be used to pay with, so it's a good idea to choose an area that matches with the cards in your deck. But you and your opponent both take turns like this, playing monsters and items to your bench, with all your rested cards becoming active at the start of your turn. But in order to win, you need to steal the flags from your opponent, and in order to do that, you need to send your monsters into the dark forest in the centre, where all the flags are. Anytime during your turn, you can rest a monster and send it into the forest and steal 1 flag, with monsters having to wait a turn to attack due to summoning sickness. You can also attack your opponent's rested monster on the bench, with both monsters comparing their power scores and being defeated if it's equal to or less than the other. To defend against your opponent's attacks, you're going to want to send your monsters out as defenders into the dark forest during your opponent's turn. When you end your turn, you can rest any number of allied monsters and send them out into the forest, with your opponents having to defeat them before they can steal any flags or attack any of your other rested monsters on the bench. Sorry about the bit of an info dump, but I think it's important to sum up what the game is about before I show too many cards. I'm working on the base set of Camp Monster right now, so I'll be releasing videos showing new cards and mechanics as I make them, as well as uploading the cards to untap.in if you want to check the game out for free. Also, as you probably saw in the intro to this video, I've kept making card games in the 3 years I've not uploaded, and some of them are actually pretty interesting, so I was thinking of doing a series kind of like Chaos Galaxies, where I go through my old games and pick out any ideas that I think are interesting or cool. But for now, I really hope you like Camp Monster. I've got a lot more cards that I want to show in the next video, which hopefully won't be in another 3 years. Thanks for watching.